Do you understand how dark it is? How far down the line we are? How late it is?
But here's a key intel report for everyone joining us. They're passing through executive fiat the carbon taxes, shutting down the coal plants, not letting new ones get built, taxes on all homes, all businesses, all states, all electricity, all gas, all oil. The IRS is taking over health care, cutting Medicare and Medicaid, raising massive new taxes, putting new taxes on the states, doesn't cover pre-existing conditions. The people are finding out. Rush Limbaugh said repeatedly last week, I agree with him on this, but the point is even mainstream is saying this now, mainstream conservatives, that there's no way politically without staging terror or without having a big crisis that they can get away with this in the upcoming elections, that they will stage crises. Michael Savage is saying it. So the point is, anyone who has a political brain and who's been around knows this is happening. There's open talk about shutting down talk radio, shutting down the web, Associated Press, Cybersecurity Act. FCC head says replace alternative media and talk radio with state-owned, state-run media. Here's the headline. FCC advisor advocates state-run propaganda megaphone to counter alternative media. This is red alert information. They're arresting militias, setting them up. Hutari did nothing. Informants inside ran the whole thing, as we told you Monday, now completely confirmed. Now, here's the big one. Here's the big issue. Feds prepare to use anarchists to provoke Tea Party violence. PrisonPlanet.com. PrisonPlanet.com. Alert. Get this out to everyone. It will be a devastating blow to the federal anarchists if you let them hit you and videotape it. It was a devastating blow that a week and a half ago, the Black Congressional Congress didn't use the tunnel from the office building to the Capitol. They walked through the Tea Party. No one spit. No one yelled, kill them. No one said the N-word. That's now been confirmed from all the video angles. The media's having to backtrack. That was a false flag. They lied. No one was arrested like McClatchy newspaper said. No one got, it was all made up, and we have video from multiple angles of the incidents. We played it yesterday. It's posted up at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. They are desperate to demonize you. They know over 80% of the public is against what's happening. They know you're waking up. They will bomb federal buildings. They will stage mass shootings. They will attack IRS buildings. I'm telling you, this isn't a question of if, but when. Unless we get massive news out on this now, we may be able to back these people off. If people stop mincing their words and start telling the truth about what we're facing. And the fact that big Republican Party operatives are now having to tell the truth about staged attack, staged terror, Limbaugh and Savage and others tells you they know how much danger they're even in. I mean, this is a hardcore takeover happening. Now, here's how they're going to do one of their attack probes. We know the anarchists have been caught in Seattle, caught in Austin, caught in Canada 2 years ago, caught in Genoa, Italy, flown in by government. They tump over things, burn things, attack cops. Many times they are cops. In the case of Ottawa, that's Toronto Star headline. Royal-mounted police admit they staged attacks on their own officers as pretext to attack the peaceful crowds. That doesn't mean people who are anarchists, real anarchists, are bad. I'm not saying that. The disinfo always says I'm attacking anarchists. These violent groups are Fed-run. It's proven. Now listen to this. Feds prepare to use anarchists to provoke Tea Party violence. Look behind the balaclava, many of self-proclaimed anarchists, and you'll find a Stalinist thug. Given the past history of how so-called anarchist groups are so easily infiltrated and provocateured by the authorities to commit meaningless acts of violence that only serve to discredit political causes, we should be alarmed by the possibility that anarchist plans to, quote, crash the Tea Parties will present the perfect opportunity for the establishment to create a flashpoint with which to demonize constitutionalists and unruly extremists. I'll continue and finish up the article on the other side. Some of the biggest anarchist groups are saying they're planning to come out and get disruptive and do what they do. They are Fed-run, Fed-protected, just like the anarchist leader from Austin set up other anarchists in the firebombing at the Republican National Conference up in Minneapolis, St. Paul. I told you at the time that was a setup. Now it's admitted. I have seen this over and over again, and the right wing has provocateurs, too, that work for their right-wing blogs with the Michelle Malkin setup. When they said that I was saying kill Michelle Malkin, we got the raw video out and showed their people were behind me screaming it. So there's dirty tricks on both sides, but the big, massive operation is with Obama's people. Continuing, according to leading anarchist website InfoShop News, on April 15th, thousands of right-wingers will attend rallies. Well, don't they agree with you more for smaller government anarchists? But when you really meet these anarchists, they're always wearing red stars. On April 15th, thousands of right-wingers will attend rallies in cities and towns across the United States. The organizers of these nationwide day of protest call it a Tea Party. This Tea Party movement that emerged only a year ago is a coalition of conservatives, anti-Semites, fascists, libertarians, racists, constitutionalists, militiamen, gun freaks, homophobes, Ron Paul supporters, and Alex Jones conspiracy types and American flag wavers. Yeah, you don't want to wave that American flag. So I'm lumped in with those evil flag wavers. In one paragraph, the so-called anarchists have regurgitated wholesale the exact rhetoric that the corporate-owned media, their supposed adversaries, have been spewing ceaselessly for months on end, that anyone who opposes big government, which is what anarchists are supposed to do, is a racist and a extremist. While also lying about the origins of the Tea Party, which is in fact was started by Ron Paul supporters as early as 2007. The anarchists' primary reason for wanting to crash Tea Party demonstrations because is the Tea Party movement takes over the country, they will really hurt poor people by getting rid of social programs like food stamps, unemployment benefits, disability benefits, student aid, free health care act. Quote, is completely at odds with the traditional anarchist political doctrine of extremely limited or no government whatsoever. Yeah, most of these attack groups that call themselves anarchists are communist. I mean, I've been there. I've seen them wearing red stars and talking about Mao Zedong and how great he is. The article continues here. As Kurt Nimmo points out, these people are not anarchists at all. They are leftist, teenage socialist punks who like to call themselves workers, but a good portion of whom have probably never worked a day in their life. They make for perfect puppets through which the establishment can manipulate to demonize its real political adversaries. And then they link to all the news articles for page after page, Denver Post, Toronto Star, all the articles where mainstream news admits the police stage these groups and stage these events 110%. They've been caught over and over and over and over again, all over this nation, all over the world, all over other countries. And that's just the first part of the article. I'm going to come back and cover some more of it. But as we have constantly warned, the latter half of April represents the most dangerous time period for when we can expect violence to be staged and provocateured, which will instantly be blamed on Tea Partiers, libertarians, and constitutionalists. A brief history of how anarchist groups have been infiltrated and steered by authorities to commit mayhem and violence in order to justify a crackdown of free speech and the right to assemble has never been more prescient. Then we have the links. Feds prepare to use anarchists to provoke Tea Party violence. We have another link here at the G20 summit where they got caught doing it. We have links all over the world. The 1999 WTO, the 2008 situation in Canada. We have links to all of this in the article. We also show how hired thugs that work for Obama all over the country are beating up Tea Party people, and then the news spins it and says the Tea Party people are attacking them. Just like a week and a half ago when the Democratic congressman walked through and claimed that the N-word was yelled, they were spit at, people said they were going to kill him. The closest thing to truth there is kill the bill. Kill the bill. No spitting, no N-word. That video is all out there of the actual incident. They claim people were arrested for doing it. They were not arrested. All part of this hoax. And we're now into April. It is April 2nd on this Friday edition. This is the time as we go into this. Tea Party people need to be made aware of this. They need to have cameras. They need to have video cameras. They need to be protecting themselves. And they need to be nonviolent. We'll be right back.
For the first time ever, the secret agenda of the planet's ruthless superclass is exposed in stark detail.
You know, there is such a thing as insidious influence. Does it involve some sort of psychological domination?
No world order that elevates one nation or group of people over another will succeed. It's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
The whole concept of New World Order, it really says that the state is God.
They created in all of the British dependencies what they call round table groups.
At a higher level of COG government, where the constitutional authorities are not allowed to go.
The New World Order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
The people running this country are determined to destroy it.